So welcome everyone. We will talk about our next topic for today in order to uh, improve your meditation. Whether you are learning or whether you are improving your meditation, very common thing is our thoughts. Our thoughts are something that sometimes bother us, sometimes trouble us, sometimes disturb us. Uh, how to work with our thoughts, that's one thing. But if we can avoid certain things, if we can eliminate certain things, then it's better than trying to fix or trying to work around it. So that's the whole purpose. And in that, there is one very big thing is sometimes you may have heard about a detachment as an advice, as a topic. Now the question is always, why detachment and how much? How much is too much is a big question. Where is the balance? Because see, in our family life, there has to be a balance. You have to find the middle path. So when we are talking about attachment, we have to remember we are talking with respect to the family setting. So attachment means different forms of attachment. It comes out of your love, friendship, your job, your business, relationship. So it doesn't matter whether it's colleagues, your neighbors, your family, friends. It automatically brings attachment. Even your pets, right? Because you love them. So you have attachment. If you go away for a while and if you have to leave your pet with someone, you will be thinking about your pet even when you are away. So these are the things that really impact us. They are the cornerstone of our existence. But the fact is, the more we attach, the more we lose our inner peace. Because you're worried. Attachment brings worry. Attachment means it brings overthinking, overanalyzing sometimes. And what happens is, sometimes you think that is my purpose of life. Because you are attached so much with these things that you think that's all. That's what my soul plan is. That is what my purpose of life. Taking care of my parents, taking care of the kids. Because you are extremely attached to that particular thing. And we start thinking that that is what we are here for. So the perception is influenced and we don't even see the obvious. That means something is there in front of us we cannot see. Why? Because we are overly influenced by it. So what happens is, you stay in denial mode and you overlook the flaws in your situation, in your plan. You say, no, everything is good, or this is my plan, nothing wrong. You do not even realize any unexpected change in your plan, in your situation will be very hard because you are heavily invested in it. So for example, if you hear about someone getting hurt, injured, and you don't know the person, you may have, like a human being, you have some feeling, but that's okay, you will handle it. But if you know a person, even if it is through someone else, then you will be concerned. You will have strong feeling because now you know the person somehow. But if it is your own child, parents, very close relative or friend, then it will be a totally different thing. Now you are, because you are heavily invested, it will be very difficult to go through those emotions. And this is the difference. So the issue with attachment is that when we love someone, which is a good thing, but We think that we have to solve all their problems. We think that making their life better in any way we can, that is what it is. That I have to not only help someone, but I have to solve all their problems. My parents are old, they are, living alone. I have to take care of everything. My kids very young, or they are in university or whatever stage, we feel we have to make everything for them. What is happening in this is nothing wrong in having this humanly feeling, but we are losing ourselves. We are too much involved in fixing others' life that we cannot even work on our own soul plan. So the question comes, is this love or dependency? Is this love or losing yourself? Because it's all your thoughts. Your thoughts are dictating that, okay, do this, do that. And then what happens is we are overly engaged. Because you are overly engaged, you are losing your own identity. And when you lose your own identity, means you are not working on what your soul plan is. As a human nature, and as motherly, fatherly, and all other kind of relations, we think, how can I be detached? That means I'm not human. So the question comes, is detachment against the human nature? Actually, it's quite the opposite. It is not cutting off from the life, but embracing life in its full scope. So please don't feel that if you are working on detachment, you are not doing your primary duty. It's important to understand you are not going away from the world, you're not going away from your friends and family. In fact, your emotional well-being is not dependent on the environment. It is totally in your hand. So it's not that when we talk about these things, we are referring that, okay, live alone, go to Himalayas, or, become a monk. No, still you remain in family setting, but you are creating some clear defined boundaries. That's all. You are not letting your environment dictate your life. So certainly it does not mean you give it all, just give it up. No. It does not mean that you should not have any expectation which is materialistic. Job, work, house, phone, laptop, whatever assets, no issue. In human life, normal family life, that's all okay. Critical thing here is to understand that you can own anything, no problem, but nothing should own you. We get engaged so much that those things starts owning us. For example, I have my own business. To make it successful, I'm working hard. I'm working 12 hours, 14 hours, 18 hours a day. I own a business, but now business starts owning me because I'm not doing anything for the family because I'm whole day at my work or business. I don't do anything for society, just my business. So my business is my world, or my work is my world, which is not good because it is too much. So remember, you have joyful people, you can find some miserable people. Some people will always be laughing and cool. Some people are always whining, doesn't matter what. So yes, there are joyful, there are miserable, but there are no good people and there are no bad people. As a human being, we can say, oh, this person is very happy, he's a good guy. This person always crying, bad person. But There is no good or bad. We are all Atman. We are all soul. There is no good soul, bad soul. Soul is pure. Soul is energy, nothing else. Yes, we have to understand the environment, the situation we may be. So why we are talking about detachment? Because it will improve your emotional well-being. It will improve your overall quality of life. In fact, it will improve so much of inner peace. You will start feeling blissful. Like, when people say blissfulness, sometimes it's very difficult to even understand what is that. How does it feel? Because it is linked with your inner peace. Your inner peace cannot come from external source. It has to come from internal source. So the moment we improve our emotional well-being, we improve our inner peace, now you are like a Superman, superhuman, like a magician. Because when you have inner peace, you can do anything, you can become anything, you can achieve anything in life, no issue. Now you are living life totally fullest. So let's understand one thing. Let's have a look at this small video, and then we will understand one topic, which is what we were talking about.
This is an awareness test. How many times does the team in white pass the ball? If you answered 13 passes, you are correct. But did you see the moonwalking gorilla?
So, did any one of you did not see the moonwalking gorilla the first time? You can raise your hand. Okay, so there are some people you can do digitally or physically, whichever way. So you see, this is what we were talking about, that things are in front of us and we cannot see. Why? Because of our thoughts, because of the pattern of engagement. We are so much attached that we miss. That's why we are talking about detachment. Things are right in front of us. We cannot see what's happening around us. So detachment will allow you not to take anything personally. Anybody says anything, we start feeling it is all about me. The person is blaming me. If you are not in a party, you will feel, oh, now I'm not there. Everybody must be talking about me behind my back. In a group, anybody starts laughing and you will wonder, is that person talking about me? Why the person is looking at me and laughing or smiling? Because you are taking everything personally. Remember, you cannot control others' reaction. You can only control yours. You cannot control the environment. However, how you react to that is in your control. So don't get upset with others' behavior. It's not a reflection of you. You may find yourself in a situation where you say, I said nothing. Why this person is angry at me? Well, you cannot control others. How they interpret what you said, what you did, is not in your hand. It is not a reflection of you. Don't get upset. Detachment will allow you to maintain your self-worth, self-respect, self-esteem, confidence, all of it. When you're glued to someone's, glued means totally attached. You always want their validation. Nowadays, social media has really hurt a lot of people in a big way. People post something and now they want to see how many likes, how many comments, how many sharing. And when they don't see, they get depressed. And if they get a lot of likes and all, they feel good about it. So now you are dependent. You are waiting for validation from others. You are too much attached. You have given up your freedom. You are totally dependent on them. Why? Because you are heavily attached. Your emotions, your well-being, you have given up all your control. Your whole life you have given up for this attachment. The true love is about acceptance, not about control. We feel, oh, I love my parents, how can I leave them? It's not about control that we are forcing that, oh, you are now old, you don't know, I will tell you what to do, or live this way, or do this thing. We are trying in a way to control, even if intention is correct. Intention is right, that for their health, for their well-being, but we are trying to control their life, which is not good. You have to accept as is. We are trying to mold our child. Oh, this is the right way. Don't do this, don't do that. Everyone has unique personality. We should accept as is. Everybody is unique. They will have different thought process. We cannot have 6 billion people in this world going exactly the same way in the same direction. Cannot be. In fact, every individual is unique. That means you can say 6 billion different personalities. So love is a delicate balance between attachment and detachment, such that both souls stays independent. We are not talking about the physical body. Souls are pure energy. In physical form, you may like, dislike, you may say this is good, this is bad, but for soul, there is no good or bad. The important thing here is independent means you are accepting as is. But what we do is we keep thinking, we keep dominating, we keep controlling others. So we have to detach from our past experience. Remember, we talked about forgiveness. How can you detach from your past experience? Detachment from the past, you can do it from forgiveness. Somebody did something, okay, I forgive you. You did something by mistake, forgive yourself. Because when we don't, your past is dominating your life. You are living your today based on past. Your biasness, prejudice, all those things are holding you hostage for your whole life. You think you are taking decision, but all these memories of the past, your characteristic behavior, all those coming from your past incident, learning, is dictating your today and also the future. Past is important, but maybe for people like archaeologists, their whole life they're dealing with past, old civilization, hundreds, thousands of years old, stuff. They will be digging, they will be going in very slowly, layer by layer, to bring it out. But that's a different thing. That's a profession that's specific to them. If we stick to the past like this 24/7, which most of us we do without knowing, but what's happening is it's controlling our today. It's taking away our inner peace. We go away from our soul plan and we think we are doing good, but you are not working on your own soul plan, then how can it be good? So detachment doesn't mean that we ignore the past. No. In fact, on the contrary, face the emotions. So we are not saying run away. We are saying face and face them today. Not after a year, not after 10 years, not after 20 years. Face them today. Something happened, you realize, you have understood, face them today, get it out of the way. Emotions are a big part of our life. That's why the soul comes to experience the emotion. It makes us feel like human because this is our basic characteristic. But we don't have to hold them forever. They have a lifespan. Job done, let it go. But what we do, we don't let it go. We are holding it for life. So detachment, you have to understand that the only thing we have learned from history is that we haven't learned anything. So we hold on and we have to let go. So how to do? Acceptance as is. Accept without guilt, without fear, shame. Move on after you have learned your lesson. Whether you did something wrong, other did, forgiveness, move on. Don't get stuck. Live your life free from the burden of the past. We talked about it again in the gratitude session, that how critical it is. You will liberate a lot of negative energy from you. And that energy can be utilized for your healing, for your walk towards nirvana. You have to divide your time in all three factors, all three sectors. What are they? You, your family, and the society. Whether you do 8 hours, I know you have to sleep too. So whether you say, oh, sleep time is mine or whose, right? So it doesn't matter. Okay, do 666. But point here is divide your time between the three. It's not like I'm just on myself. I'm working on myself whole day. Okay, monks do it, but that's a different story. They don't have family. They are away from it. Their whole purpose is to just work on themselves. In a family setting, you have your family, you have society, and we have to work on all three. So how can you regain freedom? Open up your mental and emotional space. We are social animals. We have to interact. You live alone. Some people can for a certain while, but overall, you have to be attached to people, attached to the world around you. Now, how can you work in terms of as a set, as a questionnaire? So first, see, do you have a goal? And do you know what gives you true happiness? You have a goal, great. But do you know what gives you happiness? And if you know what gives you, when will you be happy? Do you know that, okay, earning money, earning your living is one thing, but when will you be happy? Do you know where is that finish line? That, okay, I'm sports person, I'm working for my state level, or I'm working for national level, or I'm working for Olympics. What is that you want? What is it that will give you happiness? Where is that finish line? And that finish line, if you have not defined, is it fixed or moving target? And the issue with us is most of us, we end up with a moving target. We don't have that clarity in mind. So sometimes we feel, I'm worried for my parents. I have to take care of them. Care means what? For today, for whole week, month, forever. How much is enough? How much is too much? We don't know. So what happens when you have just a thought but no clarity? You see a carrot, you keep moving, but you never get to the carrot. Why? It's a moving target. You think I'm going to reach there in a week's time, day time, month time. You keep moving. And you get tired, frustrated that I'm not reaching my target because it's a moving target. So find out what is your goal. When you think about what really gives you happiness, check back. Is your goal matches, or your happiness will come from right direction, but your goal is towards left? So even if you achieve your goal, you're not happy because the goal is different than what gives you happiness. When will you be happy? Clearly defined finish line that, okay, my target is to reach here or to go here or do this, and then go from there. So masters, this is about detachment, that how, if we understand it properly, it can tremendously improve our inner peace. It can improve our well-being.